Hello my lovies and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn and today we are going to be making one of my, food heroes recipes, one of my favorite celebrity chefs. It's Jacques Pépin. Yeah, absolutely. Love Jacques Pépin. Love his recipes. I love how he simplifies, French food. And it's really everyday cuisine. A lot of times people are intimidated by French food because there's techniques and mother sauces and, cooking terms that you may or may not be familiar with. I don't know, a chiffonade from a pate, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you cut your veg. Jacques Pépin wouldn't care. You cut it wrong, he's still going to come over and enjoy it. Anyhow, I love this episode from Jacques Pépin Cooks at Home because he really just gets down to the elements of a great French dish, a cassoulet. And so cassoulet is from the south of France. It is typically made with duck. Well, you know what? They don't have duck over at my Albertsons. I would have to travel like 13 and a half miles to the fancy grocery store to get some duck. And I'm not doing it. I don't drive that far. But no worries. Jacques Pépin. Yeah. When I was a kid, we had one television. And my father was the master of the television. We were the remote controls. You went out. Tanya, get over there and turn it to channel 5. Now we got channel 3, 5, 10, 12, and 8. We had 5 channels. We were very lucky because we had a very good antenna. And we lived pretty far out in the country. Saturday mornings were for the kids, absolutely. So my brothers and sisters and I, we would watch, cartoons like normal children. And then after cartoons were over, everybody would head out to go play and do whatever they were going to do. Not me. Nope, that's when my fun really started. Because after cartoons, it was Julia Child and Jacques Pépin and the Galloping Gourmet and the Crazy Cajun Cook that I could barely understand but completely loved. I can't remember his name right this minute. Tell me down below if you remember what the Cajun guy's name was. Anyhow, those were my heroes. I wanted to watch cooking shows. My mother, why are you watching cooking shows? We're not having French food. I don't even know what the Galloping Gourmet made, but, one of these days, I'm going to make all these things. That's what I said to her, and she laughed, and, oh, Tanya, you're so funny, and she would just go, and, yeah, but I wanted to make all of these things. My mother was a good cook. She had about 25 things in her, kitchen repertoire. They were all delicious, but I knew, even as a young girl in a small cowboy town where there were more horses than people, that there was a whole world of food out there for me, beyond those 25 dishes, and that I was going to eat them and that I was going to make them. So I love this recipe. I love Jacques Pépin. He's 87 years old and he is still cooking, and I'll link his channel down below. Anyhow, Jacques Pépin Cooks at Home, 87 years old, hot diggity, still at the stove. We can only be so lucky. There we go. All right, let's get down to this really simple dish because it is simple. It involves very few ingredients and it is completely budget friendly, whether you are feeding 2 or 10. So I've got a little bit of garlic here. And I mean business because I've got fresh garlic. And I've gone ahead and just smashed it and peeled it. And now I'm just going to give it a very rough little chop up. How you chop your garlic doesn't matter when. Just get her done. Big, small, however you need to do it. And if you don't have fresh garlic, well, don't sweat it. Jacques Pépin wouldn't sweat it. He would say, well, grab some onion. and you'll be fine. And use a little garlic powder, and you'll still be okay. But you know, in salute to my hero today, we're gonna go ahead and use some fresh garlic. And I'm gonna chop 3 cloves. And we're going to start out with 2, and then we're gonna save the 3rd one as a garnish for the dish. Because that's what Jacques did. There we go. 1 more. Yay, hooray. Or if you have that minced garlic in the refrigerator, or garlic paste in the refrigerator, you know, whatever garlic you got. Okay, well, I'm pretty satisfied with that rough little chippity chop. Not worried about it at all. Gonna set some over to the side as my finishing garnish. And let's go ahead and get my skillet going here. I'm going to put in a little bit of olive oil, maybe a teaspoon, maybe 2. Just enough. And then we also have some of our onion that we cut up during our meal prep. And we're going to be using, yeah, that diced onion. It's pretty fragrant. Pretty fragrant. Okay, letting that skillet go ahead and heat up a little bit. Yeah. Do you have a favorite celebrity chef? I want to know. Tell me down below. Yeah, I have always loved cooking shows. And when Food Network started, my heart was so full. I could watch Food Network, you know, from day in to day out. And then, you know, it's got a little too... I don't enjoy it as much as I used to, but you know, the great thing is that on YouTube, I can watch people cook all day. Yeah, I'm having a minute at work, I'm a little slow, I can just pop one on, find one that's, you know, fun and exciting and has a great recipe, and maybe I need some inspiration. There's all kinds of creators on YouTube. Yeah, I like watching them too. So, there we go. Skillet's getting heated up. I am going to go ahead and throw in the garlic. And some onions. Oh, about a handful. Well, maybe 2. And a little to grow on. I'll bring you over closer so you can watch the action. I'm just giving my onions a light saute with the garlic, and I've gone ahead and chopped my 5 hot dogs into, you know, manageable size pieces like that. So we've got 5 hot dogs all chopped up. Opened my can of cannellini beans. Now let's talk about beans. Cannellini beans are white kidney beans. You could use Great Northerns. You can use the cannellini beans. You could use butter beans. Any kind of bean that you want. If all you have is pintos, go for it. Don't let that hold you back. All beans are delicious in my opinion, and it won't hurt this dish whatsoever. So yeah, this is a little step from traditional. You know, we got no duck, but we're not worried about it because it is going to be delicious. And it looks super yummy and tasty and everything like that. And the finish, yeah, the finish of it, it's a lovely dish. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drain off the liquid right here from my cannellini beans, right here into my onions and garlic, because I don't want them to get too much brown, and this liquid is actually going to help thicken our cassoulet and make the little sauce. So we're just going to go ahead and let those puppies go just like that. Absolutely. We can even go ahead and add our hot dogs to it. Won't hurt a bit. And let those get all warmed up. This dish comes together in less than 20 minutes. So not only is it incredibly easy, incredibly fast, and incredibly cheap. Yay, hooray. Yeah, can't beat that with a stick. Alright, just going to let those go in there, get all warmed through, because, you know, my hot dogs are all cooked. Now, if you were cooking with like a raw sausage or something like that, I would probably add it in with the onions and the garlic to get a little bit of brown on it, because, you know, that's when it's extra yummy and delicious. But my hot dogs are already cooked. Hot dogs, easy, affordable, aplenty, pretty much. I have never been to the grocery store where I have been unable to get, you know, a package of hot dogs. So, gonna let those just do their thing for a few minutes. Gonna let them get all happy. It smells great in here already. I'm all happy. All right, let's go ahead and add our beans. And a splash of water. And then we'll put the lid on for a couple of minutes and just let these get yummy and delicious. Yay, hooray. Okay, while those beans are just getting heated through, I am going to cut up a little bit of parsley for part of our garnish. If you don't have fresh, well, don't sweat it. Go grab some from the spice rack. It'll be alright. No, nobody's going to be mad about it one bit. And there's plenty enough juice in there to rehydrate it. So, yeah, go for it. It'll be alright. So we've got our garnish. We've got our tomato and some parsley and some garlic. Yay, hooray. Let's go ahead and check on our beans and our hot dogs. Oh, it smells fabulous. Yay, hooray. Alright, I'm going to let that just reduce for a little bit without the lid. I want just slightly less liquid, and I want it to be just a little bit thicker too. So, bring you right back. The liquid has slightly reduced, just the way that I wanted it. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my garnish, my tomatoes, my parsley, and just a little bit of a finish of that raw garlic. I don't want that to cook too much, but just a little extra in there. And now I'm going to just turn this down to low, set the lid back on top. Doesn't that look lovely? Let's see if I can get you a little better shot here. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on just to warm everything through. French food does not have to be fussy. And French food is typically made with very simple ingredients. You know, let's think about like coq au vin, usually made with an old rooster. Yeah, something people might not even eat, you know, but you stew that in some wine, for some butter and some herbs for a while, and it's absolutely delicious. It's a budget-friendly meal. Escargot, yeah, snails out of your garden. People kill them. Some people eat them. You might not want to eat them, but they are a delicacy. You know, they're pretty much free. You just go right out in the garden and grab some up, and you're in like Flynn. Yeah, absolutely. Beef bourguignon is beef stew with red wine. That's what it comes right down to it. Don't be intimidated by, you know, French food with fancy cooking terms and you know, the sauces and what have you. The sauces are just different types of gravy, more or less, and they are easy to do once you can make a gravy pretty much. Yeah, don't be intimidated. I'm gonna link Jacques Pépin's Facebook and his Cooking at Home. He can be found on public television a lot, and he even has a master class that is a few hours long, and if you're interested, can teach you everything that you really need to know about cooking French food, or you know, any food if you're interested. And this, you know, I'm gonna tell Andrew that we're having cassoulet for dinner. He's gonna be super impressed because you know he loves all the fancy things. If your family is afraid of the fancy and does not like change, well, you could honestly tell them that this is Franks and beans, and that's what it really comes down to. It's Franks and beans, or sausage and beans, whatever kind of sausage you got, whatever kind of beans you got, but those onions, that diced tomato, and that little bit of fresh parsley. Franks and beans never had it this good. But if you've got picky eaters that are afraid of new things, yeah, they'll eat some Franks and beans. My fancy husband will eat some cassoulet, and he will be glad to get it. So let's do the math. We've got a package of $1 hot dogs, a $2 can of beans, we're up to $3. A tomato, we'll just say $4, and we'll say onions, garlic, and the parsley, well, about $5 maybe. Yay, hooray. So we've got a meal that will easily serve for $5. Yeah, all we've added is a little bit of heat and some salt and pepper. Completely wonderful. Quick, easy, simple, one pot, tasty. Yay, hooray. Yippee skippy. If you have small children, by all means, cut your hot dogs smaller. This is easily going to feed 4 people, and this is hearty and steamy and completely delicious, and I can hardly wait. Ooh, I got a little good tomato in there. If you have a fresh tomato growing in your garden, even better. Maybe you put in 2. I wouldn't complain, not one bit. All right, I want a little hot dog too. Oh yeah. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, I'm very pleased about that. Those beans are extra good. Yay, great. All right, my lovelies, we'll give this a whirl. It's worth trying. Yay for Jacques Pépin. Yeah, he's still my culinary hero. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.